wonderful films and looking at names and credits and seeing what else they directed. Your director on this film was Don Siegel, who later, I mean, he had already directed Invasion of the Body Snatchers in the 50s. So he had sci-fi, he's doing a Western with you, and then a few years later he does Dirty Harry with Clint Eastwood, and directs John Wayne's last picture, The Shootist.
Yeah.
So you were working with a Hollywood legend there also, with Don Siegel, who seems like a rough and tumble, take no prisoners kind of director.
He was wonderful.
Yeah.
He was wonderful. We were so lucky to have him for that show. And I've forgotten who wrote the book. But
it is, well, I know the book is called Flaming Lance, was the name of the book.
Was that it?
So the book's called Flaming Lance, and they changed it to
Flaming Star.
Flaming Star, but first it was Black Star.
Oh, was it?
It was Black Star.
Oh,
Yeah.
my.
And Elvis recorded the song, and they didn't like that, so Elvis went back and he had to record it as Flaming Star. So
Oh my goodness,
at least
I
they
didn't
got
know-
the
I
Flaming
didn't know
Lance
that. I
in
didn't
there a
know
little
that.
bit. But it was based on a book.
Yeah.
And you guys
Which is
are on location, spending time, and the one thing that happens on sets, even in sound stages, there's a lot of downtime. But on a movie being shot on location where you're waiting on clouds and jets to fly over, there's a lot of downtime. Do you remember any conversations?
Oh my
with him?
goodness, yes. We had many.
Yeah.
Many conversations. We because he was so easy to talk to, and he had his friend, and he had his guitar with him, and his daddy, and they would sing, and we'd talk, and you know, it's the first time I heard about Priscilla, but I didn't know her name. He asked, because he would ask me, Michael, my then husband, and I had a very good marriage. And we both worked and understood the industry. And Elvis was a little worried about that. He said, how do you keep a marriage together when there's so much pressure and so much, you know? And I said, well, it's a job. This is how we make our living. So we just do it. And he said, well, I've met this girl in Germany. And he said, I really love her a lot, but I'm a little afraid to bring her back here with all this. Well, you know what goes on.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know, but we know. And I said, well, you just, if you love each other, you'll make it do. And then I learned, but I had no idea how young she was. He didn't tell me.
Yeah.
Oh boy, and such a pretty girl.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And the thing that happened with this movie, and it was followed by Wild in the Country, which was already kind of in pre-production when this movie came out. What happened, unfortunately for Elvis's career, GI Blues is a huge success, soundtrack album, huge success. Flaming Star doesn't do as well because there's really no singing.
Because he didn't sing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
And
wasn't-
he died.
And he died. I mean, it was a triple threat of things happening.
right.
And then Wild in the Country, which again showed his acting ability, is not as big a success as the previous movies had been. And then it's back to the next movie is Blue Hawaii, and then it just takes off to that. And he never really had that challenge again. And that's really, we hear from all people that worked with him as an actor is that he was a professional, he knew his lines, he was always wanting to learn, and he was always seeking that better role.
And it was more than know his lines. He just was the part that he was playing.
Yeah.
He was a natural. And I always thought it was so sad that he wasn't able to continue on with his acting.
Yeah.
But he loved to sing.